Hi, everyone. I wanted to invite you all warmly to my newly founded community, the HIAI Collective. As promised during my LinkedIn Live with Jazz Razul a few weeks ago, I promised I would found a community. And this has now been done. I'm really, really pleased to announce. So I'm inviting you all, regardless of age, sector, level, to join this community. It's actually really, really important that we have leaders together with young people, together with middle managers, together with people from across sectors in this community together. That will make it the valuable community it will become. So it's intergenerational, intersector, where we all work together, leaders, educators, young people, to make sure that we keep human intelligence first during this time of unprecedented change. So let me put this into context, why I'm creating this, why it's so important, why I see this as so important. It's not only me, it's many, many big, great thinkers and futurists of our time. It's all a common message. We are going to have a very complex time the next 20 years. And now we still have agency. And this is the time to embrace this. We're at a tipping point. So we are now living in what I call Planet 5.0, Planet Earth 5.0. This is the fifth industrial revolution, hence the backdrop behind me, which I created in partnership with ChatGPT. And this is where our human intelligence and our artificial intelligence are colliding faster than organizations or even our education systems can adapt. Things are going incredibly fast, but we are actually only in the crawling stage. So I've done a lot of research and I've worked in the world in the field of applied psychology all of my career across sectors. And I have seen a pattern, which is also why I've been innovating for the last few years on a collective intelligence solution called CI360. This is really in order to address some of the key foundational problems we have in business and organizations. But the pattern I've seen is that our systems are already broken. They were not designed for human beings. They suppress creativity, they isolate people in silos, and they too often create a sense of learned helplessness. We put humans into a situation where they're basically taskmasters. That doesn't work for humans. So we have burnout at a rate that is higher than ever before. We know about the mental health issues. We know people don't feel valued. Now, I very often say, the more we value humans, the more valuable they become. We need to create a system and a process where value is intrinsic to how we work. And then as soon as we feel valued, engagement happens, communication happens effectively, our energy works better, our nervous systems are calmer, etc. So being valued is absolutely key. So we need to feel heard, we need to feel seen, we need to feel part and included and part of the decision-making process as well. Even if we're not a decision maker, our expertise needs to be valued and heard by decision makers. We're very, very far from that design or that reality. So we have broken systems. People are not valued. We've got a disengagement crisis. We have a communication crisis. We work in silos. We have a top-down structure in most organizations where people at the top are making decisions about things they really understand very little about very often because they don't have enough of a connection and communication with people across the organization. And then on top of all that, we're adding AI. So instead of using AI consciously to serve clear human and organizational goals, too many leaders are currently, we're seeing this through research, relegating decision-making to technology. And this is creating a dependency rather than clarity. This is a very, very dangerous trajectory we're in. So we need to really see this as a tipping point. The other reason to see this as a tipping point is because this year, 2025, new research is coming out, which is showing us new things we've never, ever known before about the impact of AI on our brains. AI is very new. It's new to all of us. This is why we're in this fresh state of being dazzled and, wanting all this stuff, but without even understanding what it does. So this is also very, very important time to take stock and calm down and really focus on what we do understand, which is our human intelligence, and make sure we're guiding it and leading it calmly. So we must reverse the logic and calm down and put HI first. Human intelligence, emotional intelligence, critical thinking, reflective practice, they're all hugely researched. The psychology of organizations, I'm an organizational psychologist, I've studied psychology all of my career, and there is so much rich evidence in psychology. We know so much about psychology and we apply so little, is one of my key phrases. So now I think what we need to do is take responsibility to actually do some of the application. We can build what I call superhuman intelligence. Finally put humans before technology, or at least get them balanced out. Look at the budget. Whatever company you work in or you work with or you've had experience of, look at the budget that people spend on people and look at the budget that people spend on tech. That tells the story. That's got to balance out. We have got to balance it out. We need to have technology working together consciously and responsibly with humans in balance. So one other thing I wanted to say to put this into context as to why this collective and why this time is so, so vital. Right now, we're in a stage of ANI, which is artificial narrow intelligence. And this is an AI that performs very specific tasks better than humans. So that's where we are right now, writing code, recognizing faces, predicting patterns. And some AI solutions can really help us with menial things like, things that need processes that need to be analyzed, which are done better by machines than by humans. But the systems can't think, reason, or understand context. The next level is AGI, artificial general intelligence. This is an AI that could think, reason, learn, and apply knowledge across different domains. Now, this is very much like a human mind. We're not there yet, because we don't think we are. This is being developed, but many companies are racing toward it. And this is why this race is also a race to catch up with our human intelligence, in my view. When AGI arrives, it will be able to perform almost any cognitive task that a person can do, but faster and more efficiently. Then beyond that, there's another level that we are planning. That is ASI, artificial superintelligence. That's why I use the term human superintelligence. That should be our aim from today. We are there to develop our own and other people's human superintelligence, while artificial general intelligence and artificial superintelligence are being built. So what is artificial superintelligence? That is a stage where machines could surpass human capability in every domain: creativity, even empathy, strategic thinking, even self-improvement. It wants to self-improve. As far as we know, we're not there yet. I always say as far as we know, because I'm very conscious this planet is a complex place and humans are very, very complex. So we're not there yet. ASI, once it emerges, the balance between human and machine intelligence will change forever. So it could be transformative in a really positive way, or it could be hugely catastrophic, depending on how prepared and grounded we are as humans. So this isn't just me saying this. This is research from many, many very, very highly experienced people, futurists, leaders who know far more about the tech world than I do. I'm not just taking this from my experience, I'm taking this together with research and many other people's views that I trust, that I've researched too. Collectively, there are many humans who believe we're now going to enter a dystopia in the next 20 years. So now is our time when we still have agency. And so this is the purpose of this HIAI collective, to bring together leaders, educators, innovators, and young people across generations and across sectors to share research, insights, and lived experience, and to support one another in building a human-first future. The first meetup in the group is on October the 20th. There will be sort of every 3 weeks, every month meetup, maybe more if we want it. This will be collectively decided. And we'll be laying the foundations together, exploring what it means to lead with HI in an AI age, and also what we want from the community. I will also be talking to somebody in conversation, but we'll have all conversation together. But the important thing is to know this is a collective for us. And as the collective grows, maybe then we can divide it into sectors, because specific sector learning and conversation is often seen to be valued. I actually think cross-sector learning is also hugely valuable. And of course, if you're within one sector, you don't tend to get the cross-sector learning. So I think that's something that is useful to be exposed to. I can say that from lived experience because I've worked across sectors, and often I bring, and this is often what people also remark on, that knowledge and experience from other sectors can actually serve to throw light on things in a completely different sector, because ultimately we have a very important common ingredient. We're all human, and humans tend to behave the same in teams and as individuals and in organizations when we grow in teams. And this is why so when we have teams and then when the organizations grow, and there's also patterns with growth of companies. So there's actual generalizable factors that happen across sectors. But we can divide these groups as the group gets bigger. We can divide it as we like. So it will be I see it as cross-sector and specific sector, because both of those are valuable. So thank you so much for listening. I warmly, warmly invite you. I hope you will join. You just need to click on the link and put in your email address, and then the rest is clear. You get the instructions via your email, and then you're in. And then you go to the meetup page, and that's where all the meetups will happen. Then we have a group, as in a normal group, where you have a community. You can post things, you can comment on posts, have discussions, like things, just like in a normal social media channel. So I thank you so much for being here. Thank you for listening. And let's make this into a success through our collective and collaborative intelligence. And let's try and turn this collective and collaborative intelligence into collective wisdom. Now, what I call collective wisdom is when it's actually intelligence that can be turned into something useful that can create meaningful, positive, and sustainable change. And this is what we all need as humans. But that needs conversation, that needs thought. There's a big difference between data, information, knowledge, and intelligence even, and then wisdom, which it means that we can actually then use that intelligence. And goodness knows we need some of that wisdom in our complex world. So thank you so much for joining me, and I really, really look forward to welcoming you in the group and for us all to share with each other and celebrate our humanity. Thank you for listening, and all the very, very best to you. Bye for now.